Saturday Night Fever hits the theaters. John Travolta walks onto the stage in his white suit, and the world changed. Disco music already existed, but that film exploded everything. Suddenly, everyone was dancing. Everyone was wearing disco clothes. Everyone was going to nightclubs. Stayin' Alive was playing everywhere. Shiny dance floors, spinning mirror balls, colored lights, and those dance moves, nobody had taught them, but everyone was doing them. Disco fever, the biggest dance craze of the 1970s. This is your story. How disco began. How was disco music born? Late 1960s, underground clubs, New York, Chicago, Philadelphia, black communities, gay communities, Latin communities, safe spaces to dance, places to be yourself. The music? Mix of R&B and rock, intense rhythm, constant beat. 4 on the floor, bass drum on every beat, and that beat was unstoppable. In the 1970s, it went mainstream. 1973 to 74. Disco clubs exploding in New York. The Loft, the Gallery, Paradise Garage, and the most famous, Studio 54, opened in 1977 and became legendary. Lines at the door, selective bouncers. Getting in? A status symbol, celebrities, models, artists, Andy Warhol, Mick Jagger, Liza Minnelli. They were all there. Saturday Night Fever. December 1977. Saturday Night Fever hits theaters. John Travolta, Tony Manero, white suit. The film instantly changed everything. Disco was no longer underground. Now it was in every corner of America. Small towns, suburbs, everywhere. Stayin' Alive on radio, on television, everywhere. And everyone wanted to dance. Soundtrack, best album in history. Bee Gees, 3 Australian brothers. They made the film's soundtrack. The result? The best-selling soundtrack album in history. 40 million copies, worldwide. Stayin' Alive, Night Fever, How Deep Is Your Love, More Than a Woman, Jive Talkin', every song a hit. Every song on the dance floor, and that falsetto voice, Barry Gibb's high notes, unmistakable. You still know it when you hear it. The film's impact. Before the film, disco club count, 2,000. After the film, disco club count, 20,000 plus 10 times more. In 1 year, disco clothing sales exploded. Platform shoes, sequined dresses, wide collar shirts, dance studio classes overflowed. Lines formed to learn the hustle. One film, this much impact. The disco look. Disco wasn't just music, it was a lifestyle, a look. Women, sequined dresses, sparkling in every light. Halter top and flared pants, platform shoes, 3 to 5 inches metallic fabrics, silver, gold wide belt, waist emphasis, large hoop earrings, disco bag, small clutch-style makeup, dramatic eyes, glossy lips, hair, big afro or wavy. Men, polyester suit, shiny wide collar shirt, open to chest, gold chains, multiple, many platform shoes. Men wore them too. Flared pants, high waist, wide leg leisure suit, matching jacket and pants, afro hair or neatly combed big mustache, Burt Reynolds effect, bronze tan, sun or artificial chest hair. It was shown. This was masculinity. Elements of a disco club, mirror ball, rotating mirror ball hanging from ceiling, hundreds of small mirror pieces. When light hit it, scattered light across entire room, the symbol of disco. Dance floor, lit up, colorful, spinning, just like in Saturday Night Fever, squares flashing in sync with music. fog machine, stage covered in fog. Lights looked more dramatic. Sound system, massive speakers, bass so powerful you felt it. The dance moves. What was disco dancing like? The hustle, most popular disco dance, partner dance. Steps could be taught. Dance studios offered hustle lessons. The John Travolta move, one hand up, one hand down, finger pointing to the sky, spinning, sliding. Nobody had taught it, but everyone was trying to do it. You'd see someone doing that move in the club. You couldn't help but smile. On the dance floor. What did you feel the first time you went to a disco club? You walk through the door. The music hits you physically. Bass in your chest, lights in your eyes. Mirror ball spins, light fragments scatter everywhere. And you look at the dance floor. Everyone moving, rhythmic, free, happy. And something happens. Your feet start moving. You can't stop yourself. Disco fever. That's how it spread. The Disco Stars. Who made disco? Bee Gees, already discussed, but worth repeating. Saturday Night Fever soundtrack, best-selling soundtrack in history, 40 million copies. Donna Summer, Queen of Disco, Hot Stuff, Bad Girls, Last Dance, Love to Love You Baby. Her voice defined disco. Gloria Gaynor, I Will Survive, 1978, the disco anthem of women's power, still played at every wedding, still sung at every karaoke. More, Chus, Le Freak, Good Times, Nile Rodgers and Bernard Edwards, perfect harmony of bass and rhythm guitar. Earth, Wind and Fire, September, still played at every party. Boogie Wonderland, Let's Groove musicianship, plus disco equals perfection. KC and the Sunshine Band. That's the way I like it. Get Down Tonight. Warm disco from Florida Village people. YMCA. Everyone knows it. Macho Man, costumed group. Fun, unforgettable. Disco Demolition Night. Every craze ends. Disco ended too. July 12th, 1979. Chicago, Comiskey Park, baseball game intermission. DJ Steve Dahl made a plan. Disco Demolition Night. Bring disco records. Pay 98 cents. Enter the game. Between innings, a giant crate full of disco records. And at the intermission, they blew up that crate. The crowd went wild. They poured onto the field. The game was canceled. And that night became disco's symbolic end. Why did they hate disco? Rock musicians were angry. Disco isn't music, just rhythm. Not musicians, just DJs. Not real art. But the real reason was deeper. Disco's roots, black communities, gay communities, mainstream America was uncomfortable. The Disco Sucks movement wasn't just about music. It was a social backlash. But did disco really die? No. Disco's legacy. Disco died, but it actually transformed. 1980s, New Wave, Synth Pop, Depeche Mode, New Order, Pet Shop Boys, disco's electronic airs. 1990s, house music, Born in Chicago, disco's direct child. 2000s, dance pop, Madonna, Kylie Minogue, disco spirit continued. 2010s, Daft Punk, Get Lucky with Nile Rodgers, Check. Disco revival, 1 Grammy. Today, 2025, every pop song has disco DNA. The Weeknd, Dua Lipa, Bruno Mars. Disco didn't die, it evolved. Disco fever, the biggest dance craze of the 1970s. Shiny dance floors, spinning mirror balls, sequined dresses, platform shoes. Stayin' Alive, I Will Survive, YMCA. And what you felt on that dance floor? Freedom, acceptance, happiness. Disco wasn't just music, it was a community, a movement, a moment. And that moment hasn't passed. When Stayin' Alive plays, your feet still move. When you hear I Will Survive, you still sing along. When you see a mirror ball, you still smile. Disco fever. Once you caught it, it never left.